Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a historical rules event. If you were playing or in this event and you live streamed or recorded and upload your perspective onto YouTube, please put a link in the comment section or send me the link on Discord and I will link it in the pinned comment of this video. But for our historical rules event today, our first round is going to be the Smithfield, followed up by the Larson Homestead. Before we get into this, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. So, our regiments for today, representing our CSA side, you have the Texas Guards, Lee's French Legion, Army of Northern Virginia, 6th Alabama, Hampton's Legion, 6th New York, 2 Corps, 17th Michigan, and the Jenkins Brigade, whereas on the Union side, you have the 51st New York, or Serpents Brigade, Hood's Division, 11th Mississippi, 20th Georgia, 2nd United States Cavalry, 88th New York, 79th New York, which was the 1st Kentucky, now switched over to the 79th New York. You have the 13th Georgia, the Kentucky Outlaws, 6th Arkansas, and the 1st United States Sharpshooters. Also, not mentioned is the Shenandoah Regulars. They have 2 people, though. Ran out of lists, and they have the smallest group, which is why that is that. But anyways, our server population for our first round is 247. Right now, Union's up by 7 players artillery-wise. CSA is taking 15. Union has 14. So our infantry in balance is 8 in favor of the Union side right now. And frontline reporters for today, to show you what's going on the ground on our Union side, you have Canada from the 20th Georgia, and then on the CSA side, you have Cloud from the Army of Northern Virginia. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what is going on in the sky. So Smithfield, we don't exactly know the ticket in balance. Generally, the attackers have more tickets overall. However, that hasn't rather been tested. So regardless of that, though, in the recent update, the developers gave the defenders 7.5% more tickets, which I think has been a good change overall. This map has been fairly Union biased, at least before the update, and I watched this last night, and a very similar result kind of happened. And it was kind of surprising because last night Union won by a fair amount. And the reason why I say that is surprising is because of the weaponry. The Union, they've got the 19th Indiana with the Springfield 61, and they have the 8th Ohio with the option of the Springfield 61 and the Springfield 55. Where the CSA Defense, on the other hand, both their regiments have the same options. The 8th Texas and the 14th Tennessee have the option of the Springfield 55, the Enfield, but more importantly, they both have the option of the Springfield 42. So CSA, they've got buck and ball, their whole team with the 42s, which act as shotguns essentially. And Union doesn't have that at all. And the thing is wherever Union wants to push, they can either push up this right side through the corn, which you can see they're pushing a lot of their forces there. This is what Union's done as of late. It makes sense because Union can push up through, for the most part, visible cover. Corn doesn't stop bullets, but it's a visible cover. Whereas compared to the rest of the map over here, where it's completely wide open. And anytime the Union does end up pushing up, whether it be on this left side to try to get in that woods or this right side, the CSA has that buck and ball, and it's going to shred the Union attacks. But even though CSA has the buck and ball, Union won by a considerable amount last night on this map, which I thought was interesting. Actually, I think it was yesterday afternoon of the EU event. I saw it yesterday, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, the rules for this event especially: no sprinting until the 30-minute mark, and no bayonets until somebody hits engage. So, Union's starting to put some pressure here on the CSA left. You got the 2nd U.S. Cav pushing up, trying to take shots, keeping their flag a little further back. Got 13th Georgia and 88th New York moving alongside them as well, with some 1st U.S. Sharpshooters. You also have Union up in the center side here. This being the 79th New York Highlanders and Hood's Division and 20th Georgia, kind of popping shots down to the Union line there. Meanwhile, CSA trying to hold. You got A and V. I see some Texas Guards. Looks like SR balanced over to CSA, so appreciate, every man balance can help with that. On top of that, you got 6th Alabama, who is a part of A and V, but they're separate on the court sheet for officers' sake. You have the 6th New York and LFL here as well for CSA. So both sides getting into close range combat there. The thing is, some groups like 88th New York and 6th New York are both an NYV, but sometimes they might show up separately on the court sheet because there's rules with who can get officers for this event, because they turn class restrictions off. I'm pretty sure anyways. We can just look at this. They might not actually though. Maybe they're trying something new. I know they change all the rules for these events, and I mean, watching some events, I can mix them up relatively easy. Anyways, on this right side, you got 2 Corps, Midwest Brigade holding back. However, HL is playing a little bit aggressive here. I think they're trying to get some artillery kills. I don't think they realize a massive amount of Union here is pushing forward. 11 Mississippi is trying to help out their artillerymen there.
Also a picture of these guys. Don't touch them.
And 11 Mississippi taking a little bit to shoot their artillery, knocked down a couple of players as well. I mean, that's the dangerous thing with pushing forward like that on your own. If Union is back here, it's an unfortunate risk. Union was deflated there, so it's not like CSA can really see what is going on. Union on this right side now starting to back off a little bit. 88th, 2nd U.S. Cav doing that. 13th Georgia, though, and some mix of other guys are sticking up. Buckenball is going to be shredding, though. And with our initial engagement here, both sides have lost a similar amount of tickets. It looks like maybe Union is down a slight amount more. But, oh, hello. It already shot. It's surprising to see CSA play aggressive like this. Obviously, I have the Buckenball, right? Especially in this event, where they don't start until the 42-minute mark. There's no sprinting until 30, and there's no bayonets until someone hits engage, right? Right, you lose 3 minutes already at the start of the round. If you can't sprint for, you know, the first third of the game, you know, it makes it really difficult to charge and be aggressive as an attacker. And on especially a map like this, where CSA overall is pretty good defensive positions, right? We've seen them held up here. Granted, Union didn't charge in, but they were able to hold in a shootout, which they have the shotguns, right? They have the cover here, overlooking the Union position. They can see those Union flags and figure out where Union is in the corner. So they got that going for them. And then on this side, right, they can hold in the woods. And if Union wants to push this woods, they got to go through an open area there. So this event really, I think, tailors to the defender's strengths, right? 45 minutes is a long time, but when you start making it more difficult for the attacker to attack, time can start to become an issue. And I mean, even in normal events, if the attacker's pace is slow overall, then time can become an issue and they can lose due to that time. So if I were CSA, I really don't like them pushing forward like this. Union has not made any forward push on this side at all. Maybe CSA was just trying to get some nice arty kills, not thinking the Union was over here. Maybe flank into the corn where Union is there. But I still don't know why they're up here trying to engage in combat instead of just retreating back to the woods and waiting for Union to go to them, right? It just feels like an unnecessary ticket loss on CSA's part. So 20th Georgia shifting from Union right to left. And I think a thing to note is that the officers in this event, they can't talk over a Steam chat. If they want to communicate, they got to talk to each other in-game by sending a runner or themselves moving over.
Fire!
Independent.
Yeah, they have flag.
Independent, boys!
Remember, they've got cannons in that hill right there.
Gentlemen, they don't use real weapons. There's no...
So it looks like some 79th New York guys are there and completely missed them as well. And it looks like CSA have now fallen back. So, I mean, overall, ticket's still fairly even. CSA still slightly up by a little bit.
They're coming in left. They're coming in left.
Yes, flag west, flag west.
Flag west!
And Union's making a push up. 6 New York is right on them. Popping shots. Another thing to note with this event is they... above a certain number of players, I think it's 10 or 15, I think it's 10, though, you have to be in double rank. Now, does this make sense in terms of game meta? Not at all. But, you know, it's a historical rules event. Yeah. Try to at least resemble that. 8th New York pushed up center and got completely slaughtered. We missed the initial part of that, but they got completely shot down there. And that's the thing, Union can't be sending groups up here independently to fight the CSA. Sure, Union together, Heroes kind of push forward, but they're a little spread out nonetheless. It sounds like they're one big blob. Even in a big blob here, CSA would probably be able to shoot them up. 2nd U.S. Cav still holding. These bushes really providing a visual cover for them.
You're dead. Use this tree, boys. Really use this tree.
Uh-huh, you want to keep talking your battle strat? I'd love to hear it.
Keep fire, sir. Keep fire.
Fire what?
So, Union... Yeah, I mean, yeah. They really can't do much on this map. It's going to be really difficult for them to do something until they can sprint and charge, just because, again, sure, right, not having your bayonets isn't the worst thing in the world, because if it applies to everyone, right, if someone has a bayonet on, it's 2 stabs to kill, versus if you don't have a bayonet, it's 3 gronks, or whatever you want to call it, bats, to kill. Instead of 2, right? So the charges just go longer, which means more people can spawn. But no, sprinting really hurts the attacker, because if the attacker can't sprint at a defender, it's going to give the defender more time to react, more time to, you know, finish a load, put on a bayonet, ask for reinforcements, you know? And when a lot of this map is open, it can make it difficult for the Union to break through. Now, I mean, just looking from the CSA position at least, I mean, you can see the flags. You can hear them talking about it in game as well. So, CSA having that height elevation most certainly helps them a fair amount. And Union is continuing to sit and shoot over here. And I mean, as an attacker, you want to hit the defender down to engage by the 30-minute mark. That's your hope anyways. Just to at least keep a consistent pace throughout the whole round. If you want to use it all 45 minutes up, in a consistent way, trying to hit the defender down to engage by the 30-minute mark is the move. Obviously, CSA is a ways away from that. But, again, once bayonets and sprinting is happening, we'll see how Union wants to play it at that point. And it's a question of, can CSA defend?
Right here. Get your load.
Get your load.
The flag right here, Jack.
Double rank on his right and independent.
Right, and independent.
Right oblique, fire will. Fire will left. You're an independent.
All 4 of them.
Hey, are you alive?
Uh-oh. Man, they're really far back. I mean, oh, there's the CSA guns. I was like, why aren't there any on that gun? And then they're all over here. I guess that's probably why they're sitting back there, not necessarily in the open per se. Why are you counter-battering?
Oh, beautiful buck and ball shots there, boys.
Stay here, great Scots, so we can move together and we're not peeking.
Yeah, some of you can peek out, like hide in that right bush, and have perfect shots into it. There we go. Bush. If you need a shot, form right of the bush. Form in the bush.
Stick together, boys.
In front of the pond. Then next one down left. Right in front.
So, sprinting now live. Bayonets are still not live. Union will hit engaged in a moment, though. So, bayonets will be at that point. 20th Georgia pushing up and getting slaughtered right away. I mean, a lot of War of Rights just comes down to numbers. And, you know, CSA is a strong position there. I don't know why, as Union, you would just rush up into the center there with your 10 to 15 man line and expect to do some damage. You're going to take more hits as a result. Sure, the attackers have more tickets, but, I mean, they've kind of been doing that, and Union right now is down about a third of a stage as we get to that 30-minute mark. So, we'll see how Union wants to play it at this point. If Union can move quick enough and coordinate it, they can maybe try to hit this side of the map, see if they can thwart CSA off there. There's not as many CSA there, even though it is still a very good position. Good, strong position. But you do have 88 starting to shift over. TKO's falling back. 79th is reforming in the center there. 2nd US Cav on that right side. And the thing is, right, so all the officers, they can coordinate before an event. It's not like they all spawn in the server and then, you know, figure something on the fly. I got a little barrage going. It's pretty neat. I don't like it counter-battering, but anyways, you wonder what goes into these coordinations, because I wonder how far they plan, rather. Obviously, when you start a match, or really anything, and you have a plan going into it, most of the time that plan is just going to be thrown right out of the window. But I wonder if the Union or any attacking team's like, okay, the moment we can sprint, we're going to all form up this side and punch that way or whatever. I wonder how much they do that. Which, if I were in this event, that would be something I would do. So, because I mean, that's the thing, right? Imagine if Union was like, alright, once we can sprint, we're all just going to dive bomb at this side and go in. Right? The question is, can CSA react enough? Or quick enough? Who knows? But Union is starting to shift further and further towards the center. 20th Georgia. Now moving over here. 2nd U.S. Cav is positioned on this as well.
Chris, why do you always make your tags weird? What is wrong with you?
Plus T boys, make sure you know where you're going.
Why have you just got third? You've got no control.
And that cannon shots hits them to engage. So, bayonets are now live. TKO is shifting further to our left side, Union left anyways. 20th Georgia and 2nd U.S. Cav are holding up in the center. You know, if you're at least going to shoot the CSA, I would try to get over here. I know you're trying to spread out, but Artie seems to have that spot dialed in. I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't.
Right face, up and over.
So, point, by the way, is in the center here in between the two batteries for the CSA. The cap point is kind of in this general area here and more into this battery. So, it's a harder point to reach per se, but I mean, a Union could dive bomb if they want, but they get collapsed in by the CSA team, and that's something you obviously don't want if you're Union.
Form up on the line.
On the line.
Double rank line. Double rank.
Double line.
Line them up, boys.
So Union's pushing more aggressively up in the center. HL there for CSA. 20th Georgia is that group that pushed forward. Meanwhile, A&V runs up trying to get some nice shots. They're very slightly deflated here. And 6 Alabama moves up to A&V's right there. You can see Cloud looking at that. And they're just popping shots away. Again, this is what I was just talking about, right? If Union just push up the center like this, CSA can kind of collapse in on both sides. Looks like HL might have fallen back into the woods on that side. This is more of what I would expect with Smithfield with that bucket ball.
This is a better spot to be. And keep on the start. Keep going.
He's the Irishman.
Up and over.
And CSA pushing Union off there completely. 88th New York falling back a little bit.
Bloody hell! One of those bastards just shot me.
Eddie is in a very brave position here. That's all I will say.
The right foot to the second. Defend yourselves. You're in the corner with us. Defend yourselves.
Get the flag back. Get the flag back. Hey man, I'm a AFK, you bastard.
So CSA is going to hit engage. That was 6 Alabama who charged for. Not terribly surprising there. They get they wipe Union there and are going to push them out. Looks like Union's center side maybe ran up, take a shot, and then fall back. At least some of the 11 Mississippi. Maybe they charged. There's a couple dead bodies here, so maybe they did charge and it failed. I'm guessing that's what happened. So, because there's dead bodies there, but that's what I mean, right? Union's in the center. The Georgias are there. Some HD as well. That's a volley. A lot of shots. So I guess that's what buck and ball is. So CSA take back their left side. Union down about a fourth of a stage right now.
Shift some cover,
I can smell a Subway sandwich.
And so Union is again starting to run out of time here. I mean, what? It took the Union 20 21-ish minutes, if you want to count since the 45-minute mark, since 42. It's taken them about 19 minutes to get the defenders down one in cage. I mean, 19 minutes CSAs and taking loss with 4 minutes left.
Steady. Fuck. I'm back to load. Get back.
And, I mean, 4 minutes left. That ain't a lot of time. That's for sure to hit them down one more stage to breaking. Holy arty. So... Unfortunately, a 6-7 man unit is not going to be able to do anything, especially against Buck and Ball. So, CSA is basically completely throwing Union off the map, or at least the fighting area of the map. You still have one Union unit up here, but I won't be surprised if they get shot off there pretty shortly. Or just fall back because they have limited numbers, and it looks like that's what they're doing. Man.
Northwest, north again. Little silhouettes.
So, Union making a push back up, at least starting to reform. 88th New York going right into that open area there. 2nd U.S. Cav go up in the corn. Trying to take some shots. I mean, at this rate, Union's just not winning this. Obviously, with the situation of the ruled event, it's going to make it difficult for Union, so they got to really play aggressive and charge. But since the 30-minute mark, since Union could sprint, the Union just hasn't charged at all. I mean, we've seen 11 Mississippi. We can assume they charged over on that side. That would be my best guess. But I mean, just look at the Union. Sure, they're reforming, but time is ticking away. It's going to get to a point where they're going to need to early cap. And I mean, they're already down half a morale stage as is. Early capping would stop the timer, give the Union more time, but again, right, when the Union went up the center, CSA just kind of collapsed in on both sides a little bit, and Union got thrown off really quickly. So...
At this point, it's anyone's discretion who they want to shoot up. Whoever they think they're going to get to. Break reloads their face.
This is rough.
Left face double. On the left.
Second onto the snake fence, catch reloads.
On the snake fence, and reload.
So, 2nd U.S. Cav backs off. Meanwhile, 2 core guys and the Jenkins Brigade guys are just running up, popping shots. Again, this is entirely unnecessary, but again, they have built a half morale stage lead. So at this point, it's not too big of a concern, right? CSA's played a great game. They just need to kill this clock to 0. You know, maybe a little bit of a boring match per se, you could say. This is not boring, though. CSA is charging ballsy here. I don't know if I like this, but A&V is going in.
Get up, boys. You alright? You alright?
So, Union hold that with some numbers as well. CSA still have a sizable force holding back. It's a similar thing, right? You charge in there, and you just lose tickets that you don't necessarily need to lose, but CSA's up by so many tickets that it's not necessarily a bad thing for that to happen. Man, and we also just keep missing these charges. Yeah. Or at least the start of them, anyways.
Get up and over again.
What the freak? Second, up and over, get in the core. Up and over, second. Second with me.
So, Union reforming. And the other thing, too, is the difference also with CSA charging in on their own there is if they get wiped pretty badly charging in, Union might be like, okay, we wiped a group, let's countercharge and keep pushing the CSA out. But it looks like Union team is just going to kind of sit back. I don't know if they I don't know if they feel they don't have the numbers or what, but I mean, they don't have a whole lot, all things considered, so A&V did get a good wipe in the end, but Union just sat back. A&V got their flag out as well, and they're all going to be spawning back into the fight, so that charge did not hurt CSA whatsoever. So Union's going to have to initiate a charge here very soon. 18.5 minutes. Union's almost down to engage. CSA still up by half morale stage. I don't get the Union strategy here of just sitting and shooting from a distance. You're running out of time. You got to charge. Sure, it's going to take a minute or so to organize. But the thing with CSA is that they've been pretty content on each side of the map right now. You obviously got guys over there, and then you got some over there. Union just needs to group up and hit one of these sides. And they have to organize and move that fast. I would assume this side, but regardless, they got to charge soon and hit something as a team, because right now they're just going to let that clock hit to 0.
Form up in the road, HL.
I can't see shit from here, dude.
Just fire the smoke.
I don't see any smoke.
About face! About face!
So Union is starting to get a little closer on this right side. 2 Corps up here, they're still for some reason staying up there. A little ballsy there. Now they back off. Maybe they didn't notice them pushed up. But they're gonna go.
They're running away! They're running down the hill!
Go.
Hold here, boys.
Go in! Go in! Oh! I mean, most of the Union team is starting to group up over here, so maybe we'll see an action from the Union. But the longer they sit, CSA is going to realize, and they are going to start sending their men back over, which HL moved over to this other side, and it looks like they're starting to move back. I mean, every second's going to kind of count here. I mean, Union can go in any moment now, and they'll win.
It does the same thing, Eddie.
What?
Just give up here into the fire. We got some
Eddie, Eddie.
Yeah.
You want to charge him out?
Yeah, I'm game.
With the line in the woods.
Yes, the line in the woods.
Okay, okay. Want to go on 16.
16, fine. Second cap, hold fire, prepare to charge.
So Union's grouped up. HL stopped for a minute, and now they're pushing in. Ah, interesting. Looks like some Union charged over here along the Mississippi. While this, unfortunately, got white for them, it's keeping the CSA in hell. Oh my goodness, it's keeping the CSA hell over there. And now the Union's going to be able to push forward, and there's no reason why they should lose this.
Yes, awesome. Ah, run out of ammo. That's not good. Up and over.
Come on, boys, take root.
So Midwest Brigade gets wiped pretty quickly. HL, now arriving with JB, are going to slam right into this Union group.
Here they come, defend yourself.
Back here! Defend yourself! Brace, lads, brace!
Union on the far side are now hopping into the woods and trying to hit that small CSA force to the southeast side. Which Union still has numbers advantage on this side. TKO getting involved for Union as well with the 88th. And Union is going to gain the ground that they need to, getting down a CSA flag as well, 2 to be in fact. So that's huge. Now, intrigued to see what CSA is going to do on this side.
Because fucking HL came over here, the bunch of nothing. Right face in, let's go.
I love you, Frenchie.
Careful of those bad words, please.
Yeah, bonjour, LFL. Bonjour.
So that's a huge start for Union. Obviously, they still don't have a lot of time left, and so they have to early cap, or they just got to be overly aggressive and cap on CSA breaking, which I don't know if that's gonna happen. So A&V and SR are starting to shift up towards the top of the map. I don't think they realize that 11 Mississippi is here. And they shoot their shots. I don't know if 11 Mississippi really wanted to that. A&V's flag did fall back over there the moment shots started flying. Union is starting to push up to the center of the map on the rocks.
Line, double ranks, facing northwest.
So each of these groups here don't have a flag.
Hi. Ow.
Get fucked, killer. Dump start.
Yeah, let's go charge, boys.
May have missed a couple of the Mississippi charges, but my goodness, we're gonna get this one.
Killer, you're trash.
Friendly coming in, no fire. Friendly coming in.
Friendly coming in. Friendly coming in. Friendly coming in. Friendly's here. Friendly's here.
So, Love Mississippi will win that, unsurprisingly. That's just a numbers game at that point. Union is starting to take the point back here as they get aggressive, and this is the move that Union needs to make now. If I'm Union, I'm hoping I hit the CSA down to taking losses by time we get to a captured point, because if Union captures it while CSA is engaged, they're going to have to hold up for 12 minutes to win. If the CSA isn't breaking, they have to hold up for 7 minutes. So TKO pushing up a little bit, trying to get some nice shots on the Artymen. So I like a Union early cap here. Early capturing the point. Basically, the defenders are not yet in breaking or last stand. At that point, the attackers can capture and win. But before the defenders hit breaking, if the attackers cap, they have to hold it for a certain amount of time before they win. And as mentioned a moment ago, depending on the morale stage of the defender, the attackers have to hold it for a certain amount of time, a differing amount of time. The lower the morale stage, the lower the time is. So they cap on engage is 12 minutes. If they would have knocked CSA into taking losses, it would have been 7 minutes. Regardless, this is still great. It stops the black timer. CSA obviously needs to retake the point before the goal timer hits 0, or else Union will win the game. Also, if the original defending team, I say original because CSA is considered the attackers now, if the CSA are down on tickets and retake the point, they'll go up to the percentage of tickets of the original attacking team. But they're up right now, so CSA won't regain or lose any, and now they're charging in, trying to retake that point back. Union needs to not lose these flags if they lose, which are looking like they are. So really good response from the CSA team here. Really good response. So Union lose 3 flags there on point. The 4th flag is the 11 Mississippi flag that got wiped earlier. Flags that are down, they have a 5-minute despawn timer on it. So once the 5 minutes hit, flag will despawn and someone can spawn back at main with the flag. And the issue for Union now is all the flags are behind that CSA defensive line. And it's going to be very hard for Union to get those flags. And now every time someone dies, they'll have to spawn at main. But in terms of the counterattack, really well done from CSA. The moment Union capped, CSA just kind of enveloped and charged in altogether. Really perfect. The defenders have been playing the time on this game, and if you're playing time in a War of Rights match as a defender, you need to keep that black timer ticking. You don't want to stop the black timer from ticking. Sure, CSA still up by a lot of tickets, and that's a great thing. However, you don't necessarily want to risk anything per se. So, a really good counterattack, assuming CSA retakes the point, which is kind of a slow retake for a while. But looks like a couple of their artillery guys are on it.
Yeah, we're capping, boys. Let's go. Get off.
Shit, sorry.
Do they not want to retake?
We don't want to retake.
Why don't they want to retake?
Il y a eu des lags, non?
Formez-vous dans les... Ok.
Interesting. Why don't they want to retake? On Mississippi, they run through, they get their flag back, and they get out of dodge pretty quickly. Okay, they retake it. It's like, there's no reason why CSA would want the timer to keep ticking.
Hey, we're on cap.
So CSA retake, black timer continue. I don't know why you would want to not recap there if you're CSA. I mean, the thing is, right, is the roles are flipped. So CSA, when Union early caps, roles flip. Union is considered the defender, CSA is considered the attacker, which also means the last stages of each team flips, and that's important because they're different, right? A attacking team's final stage is final push. It drops the black timer or gold timer during a counterattack once that stage is hit, and it drops the timer down to a few minutes left, but they still have infinite spawns. Defender's last stage is last stand. And that just means they can't get any respawns once they hit that morale stage. And that's a huge thing, right? So the roles flip. So Union with the early cap could hit last stand, CSA defending, now counterattacking, can hit final push. And if CSA forced the Union into last stand and then retook the point, they would automatically win the match. So it is possible for the original defending team, now considered the attacking team, the counterattacking team, to win during a early cap phase. So it's kind of the, I guess, briefest rundown of the complicated game mode that is the skirmish mode of War of Brights. It's a beautiful cap system, in my opinion. You normally don't see a whole lot of cap mechanics done in these type of events, at least the European events. They are, again, right, a lot of these rules are made to play a specific way. They're meant to have fun with it. They're not going to try to overly meta the game, because if you try to play the game based on true meta, a lot of boring strats can come out of it. Boring but effective strats, like turtling, for example. So,
150, you think?
turtling, for those of you who don't know, right? If the attacking team early caps a point, if the defenders retake it, they can regain tickets. And so let's say the attackers are up by like a morale stage. If you're a defender, you can turtle, sit in your, basically move your whole team into your spawn and just hide so you don't take any casualties, kill the black timer, and then eventually the attackers are going to be like, okay, we have to capture the point, or else the clock's just going to run to 0 and we'll lose. And so they'll early cap, defenders can push out, retake the point, and regain tickets. So, Union's picking up the pace again. 2nd U.S. Cav, 20th Georgia are moving down this side. I didn't know if there was any charging on the other side, that's why I briefed that way. So, I mean, you still have a fair amount of Union. Like, again, there seems to be some disjointness with the Union team. There's a couple of Union units sitting back while these groups went forward. 20th. Oh my goodness, that buckle shot killed 2. And that's a clean wipe there. But, I mean, that's the thing, right? Obviously, Union doesn't have flags, so it's going to be difficult for them. But what do you got here? I mean, what? You have 88th New York. You got 13th Georgia. They're just sitting back shooting. TKO is kind of skirmishing there, but it's just so confusing, right? If you're going to do something in War of Rights, especially pushing up and trying to take ground as an attacker, you need to do stuff as a team. You can't just go up by yourself. And the thing is, though, is I agree with 20th Georgia and 2nd U.S. Cav there, and maybe another group or so that went there, right? It makes sense for them to charge in. However, there's just, you know, you got to do it with your team, especially since CSA has really reinforced the side, since Union's kind of been putting a lot of pressure on this point, or at least on this side of the map. So, there's a proper response from the CSA side. Union needs to go all in entirely. They can't go in independently, and so there just seems to be a disconnect, or they're not communicating. Regardless, CSA is winning.
I don't care! I don't care! I'm gonna kill Rambo! I'm gonna kill Rambo!
I'll get right.
So 11 Mississippi pushing out, LFL sprinting out to maneuver on them. 11 Mississippi is not going to do a whole lot on their own. Again, the trend with this match, really. More CSA have now shifted up. 8 shell, and 11 Mississippi is going to get wiped and lose a flag.
Get out of here, you dirty Yanks.
A brave attempt here from Full Bull to try to get the flag out. I don't know, he's not dead yet. And looks like Gene got him.
Foster coming.
Rise and brace, rise and brace, here they come.
Rise. Steve and I are behind you.
We got something for you.
So, oh my goodness, A and B moving in with a little flank. Looks like that Union group that was moving up a little late there. Now you got 6 Arkansas and some 13th Georgia guys now just charging in on their own. It just seems like Union's giving up. They're just trying to have fun charging at this point, which they might actually get some flags here for a moment. Artie with a huge knockdown. So now you got some more Union just sitting and shooting. 79th. I mean, it feels like Union is outnumbered here with the way CSA is maneuvering, but I mean, Union's up right now by 7 overall. 6 infantry in balance when you consider artillery. So, I mean, obviously the map situation and the rules of the event can tailor to CSA's advantage on this map with having buck and ball and good defensive spots, but Union has not been playing great at all. And it's only the first round. The next map does not get any easier for Union. At least the 1 or 2, 3 times that I've seen it. I haven't seen the next map a whole lot.
Ah merde, le canon. Ok les gars. On peut se mettre sur le chariot de tous s'il vous plaît pour se séparer un petit peu là.
Artie's having fun though. Having a jolly fun time there.
Allez, faut bouger, messieurs.
So, yeah, clock's just going to tick down. I mean, CSA has overall played a really, really good game. Obviously, they didn't have to do a whole lot, but, you know, you can sometimes not have to do a whole lot and still fail at that. So, CSA did good at that. They reacted to Union as well as they could, and they just really played a solid game. Second U.S. Cav now going over. Now 20th George is going to follow, some 88th guys as well. Looks like Union's pushing far. CSA left. It looks like they're just going to pop some shots over there. Maybe they'll charge on this side. 79th and some more 20th George over here.
Spread left. Spread left.
No.
Hold on. Hold on the fence. Hold on the fence.
Why is Union holding?
To the east! To the east! The right boys are coming! They're coming! Hold!
There's no hope! There's no hope!
This is our forest! Get out of my forest! No, it's our forest.
So A&V holds that. Meanwhile, CSA reinforcements looks to have moved to the woods. Alum, Mississippi, though, is running up to the hill, and they're going to cut down. CSA seeing that run back up the hill, so... Oh, then they stop. They're going to volley, but Alum, Mississippi is going straight in.
I want to say hi to him. Tied him up. Tied him up. Don't let him get
So Union do win this charge over here. 3.5 minutes on the clock. Some little flanking maneuvers here done by some JB, a couple HL guys as well, but Union will hold that off. CSA is going to hit breaking. So if Union captures the point within the next 3 minutes and 20 seconds, they'll win the game. And that's the only shot they have at this point. So, I mean, even though kind of not the greatest play from Union's side, they might have a window of opportunity. And it looks like they got down one CSA flag. So, Union team nearly formed up on this side. No down flags for Union. But CSA still has a lot of guys left. If Union has more bodies on point when the clock hits 0, they'll force an overtime phase. And the game will let them finish that out. CSA simultaneously will have to try to take it back at this point. Also, CSA has no bodies, if CSA has more bodies on point when the clock hits 0, they'll just win the game. Which, that's the more likely outcome here. But you never know. Here goes A and B.
It's over for you boys. You mess with the wrong ones. You mess with the wrong ones. You're gonna pay our taxes. How about that? How about that? You're gonna pay my taxes.
Join the cavalry.
Oh my goodness, the ragdoll. TG, some of them guys moving in to reinforce. Alabama guys as well. 2 minutes left. CSA hit breaking, and now Union's starting to pour out of the woods a little bit.
Get in behind him and get this flag. Oh, just kidding. Come here.
Keller's got rickets.
I'd like your flag, please.
Eat this! Keep going, second.
So, I mean, Union barely with that. Now they're trying to push out. Very outnumbered here. And it looks like CSA is just going to take this round and win it.
We are supposed to be capturing. That's a shit.
Here, boy! We're back! To the point, to the point!
So yeah, I mean, again, CSA just played a really good round overall. Union just did not look together as a team.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
On your left, Parker, on your left!
Race north. What are you doing?
And I mean, Union was just very conservative as well with their actions.
See if I can have that's to the north, boys.
Got him, got him. Nice, protect the flag, guys.
So, last few Union going in, they might hit final push here. Which, black timer is lower than what the final push timer would be, so the black timer doesn't drop.
Drive him out! Push him back!
Come on, hippie. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
So, yeah. So, I mean, the thing was, it's a rough situation, right? CSA's got very good weaponry. Union can't charge them out, which means they just get into these closer to medium range shootouts, sometimes long, but this map is probably more short medium range shooting. And buck and ball reigns supreme. CSA had that Union in it. CSA got a pretty surmountable ticket lead, and then the moment Union could actually move, charge, get aggressive, they just didn't. And so Union just kind of took the time out. They just need to be more aggressive. And obviously they were losing a fair amount of tickets being aggressive. But, you know, you got to be aggressive at some point. And in the end, really just solid round from CSA. Didn't do anything great, but didn't do anything stupid really either. They made good movements when they needed to. Like Union eventually pushed their right side in the woods. And then CSA sent a lot more guys over there, and the Union tried to go to that same time because it worked first, and CSA was there to stop it. So really good coordination, teamwork from CSA. Sides are going to flip. CSA attacks next round. Look at those casualties. We'll see you all shortly for round number 2. And here we are with the start of our second round now. The Larson Homestead, as they say. Server pop as of right now. It is 251. Union is up by 5 players right now, and there's no artillery on this map, so our imbalance is as you see it. Yeah. Don't know the exact ticket balance of this map. However, the few times I have seen it, Union get completely destroyed on this map. Granted, I've seen it like once or twice, and that was pre-update. Since the update, the developers have given the defenders a whopping 3% more tickets. I know. 3% more tickets. I know. That's a lot. Could be game-changing. But anyways, weapons for this map. Union has the 1st Delaware and the 52nd New York. Both have the Enfield. And then CSA, on the other hand, they have the 13th Alabama and the 18th Virginia. Both having the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 55. So the thing for Union on this map is that it is such a wide map that even on a larger player server count, the attackers can always outflank and outmaneuver the defenders. And there's a whole lot of woods, corn, trees that can really make it difficult for the Union to figure out where the CSA is going. Now, CSA looks to be going down the Union left. And 20th Georgia just getting out of there pretty quickly. Again, right, they start at 42. No bayonets until somebody hits engage. And no sprinting until someone hits 30, unless they changed it, because this is a huge map. But I highly doubt that is the case. No, they have not changed it at all. That's just Conquest and Contention where they change it. So that's the issue, right? You got point of contention. CSA has easy access with the Union holding a further back defensive line. The thing for Union, though, is if they lose this defensive line, they can fall back to these barns and houses here, but their main spawn's right here. And they can't retreat any further because it's out of bounds basically right there. So Union can't really turtle on this map. If CSA takes the line that Union's on right now, it's pretty much over for Union. So Union has a very spread out defense. On this right side, you got TKO, 88th New York, 13th Georgia, HD, and some 79th New York guys. And on the left side, you got 2nd US Cap, 20th Georgia, 11th Mississippi, only on this left side, and 6 Arkansas the extreme left. Now, while you got some pressure up the center from, I think that's 6 Alabama, Texas Guards at the 6 New York are flanking around the Union left. And they are going to get into here pretty much uncontested. TG going in straight at them, though.
TG right here, independent fire, independent fire.
Oh shit! Independent fire, right side.
I have no load, sir.
Shoot to the bush. Shoot to the bush.
Just keep shooting TG, wait for the friendlies to wrap around him.
So 6 Arkansas getting shot up really well. 6 New York getting a really nice flank on this Union position. They got the snake fence too. They turned the fight from one angle that was advantageous to the Union, now completely advantageous to the CSA side. I mean, you still don't have all the CSA engaged in the fighting here. Alone Mississippi starting to move more guys down to this side to help.
Oh fuck! Now I'm the meat shield.
Keep shooting!
And I mean,
Hey, so how about we do a truce, guys? We gotta bury the bodies. Come on, man.
a second. Okay, interesting.
All I'm saying is, if we had a friendly truce, maybe we could discuss our differences in a calm and rational manner.
What, like, chess or poker?
A chess or poker idea is pretty good. That'd be funny. So now you got some CSA starting to go on the point, which HL's there. They don't need the early cap by any means, but you know, it wouldn't necessarily hurt them per se. It would stop the timer. Now, if Union is down on tickets, if CSA takes and Union's down on tickets and Union retakes, then Union would regain tickets. But honestly, even if Affleck's not loading in, even if you were down on tickets as a defender and you regain those tickets, it's not the worst thing in the world for you as an attacker, because if you're an attacker and you're even on tickets, you're doing great. So it wouldn't be the worst thing if Union regained tickets. Again, it sucks, but again, not the worst thing. So A&V pushes up to get right into the 6th Arkansas on the Mississippi. And as a result of that, Union's going to have to pull out of this side. So they early cap, because the defenders are in battle ready, is a 20-minute counterattack this time. And it looks like HL just capped and ran off right away. 20th Georgia has pushed up. It looks like that point is just going down due to natural decay. As of now, sitting on the other side, you've got HD, 79th, 51st New York, and 13th Georgia just kind of sitting there looking. Meanwhile, CSA is just completely overrunning the Union left side and taking this defensive line that the Union cannot afford to lose.
Quicker, second, quicker!
And I don't know why you get 2nd US Cav why they're here. They maybe think their enemy's this way, but they really need to get on that snake fence or use the barn there as cover, which 11 Mississippi is using.
Oh, fuck. Senka, break through those right face.
And 2nd US Cav is pretty much decimated at that. Union right moves up, now starting to cap point, something they need to do. Meanwhile, HL is doing some little maneuvers here. SB has moved up this way.
Run. No, add the double quick. Add the double quick.
Yeah, that's right. Can't sprint. It sucks. Oh, that...
Do not sprint. No, do I see you sprinting? So keep double quicking away like proper gentlemen. Holy shit.
Hey, that's what you get for double clicking away, Leo. A true soldier of the historical rules event. Meanwhile, Union's just getting rolled over here. I mean, just look at the tickets already. Now, assuming Union retakes, they're going to regain a good chunk back, but the Union positioning right now is terrible.
They're in front of us! Board in! Run on the fence, boys. Run on the fence. Board in.
Run, direct. Oh my fucking god.
Aim it low, aim it low, aim it for their kneecaps. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
That's 2 pistols.
Go to the right of the building.
There they are. There they are.
So, 2 cord guys are inching their way close. Union retakes, and they regain tickets.
Come on the corner, say
I want to give you a hug. I want to give you a kiss.
We don't want to let you advance in good order, sir.
What if I was to tell you?
Yeah, I'm reloading. Quick, hurry
I
up.
want to give you a hug.
I'm wearing that 4-inch skirt you like. Come on the corner, man. Come on.
Oh my my god.
Straight in front.
A and V though shifting. Union have backed off, and A and V get really those first couple shots hit really nicely down there, and that's going to force them to back off from that side. The rest of the Union team has kind of returned to this side here, kind of in the center where HL is kind of putting fire. Not a whole lot of guys there for HL, but they're doing damage. And they're probably making Union freak out like they're around us. So, 2nd U.S. Cav spawning at main. And looks like they're going to try to go around. But, I mean, this is the thing, right? If CSA gets this defensive line, the only way Union can get to the point is by crossing an open field. Because the thing is it's out of bounds over here. So Union could try to run around here, but they'd be out of bounds doing it for a little bit. Or the Union could try to cross around this side of the woods, which this would probably be the best way to go about it. Just because you have cover, and then there's obviously a little open area here. But it looks like 2nd U.S. Cav is opting to go around the far side and get behind the CSA. Which, I don't know. Considering they don't have a flag as well, if the guy dies, they're going to have to spawn at main.
Easy kills right there, mate.
Enemy directly left of us as well.
Yeah, you can see that.
Get
that one right there, knelt down on farmer. Shoot that son bitch. Nice shot.
Belgium.
Man, boy, I got a bolt right for you. Watch this right here.
Alright, TG, ceasefire. TG, ceasefire. Reload.
Yeah, he's laying down now, boys. He's taking a nap.
So, AMV popping shots. HL's going in.
Brace rear.
Behind us, KC. KC.
We're stuck.
Light them up, boys.
Shoot him.
Outshoot them, guys. Outshoot them.
They're behind the log pile.
From a line here, HD.
So HL backs off after getting a good few shots in there. 2nd U.S. Cav has started taking shots on the CSA's backside, but CSA should be able to light through them quickly if they push out. That flag's not loading in either.
Oh, my bad, man. Who's on the right? Is that enemies?
Where the fuck did Parker go? Okay. Okay, they all moved to the side.
So TG first to run in the 2nd U.S. Cav here. Looks like some more CSA are looking to get involved. A and V turning that way. That's a down Union flag. Didn't even realize that. So HL and more CSA have kind of shifted back towards the center side of this map. Although Mississippi is all back here on their own right now.
The ranks, prepare to charge with shooting and clubs only. Double quick on me. Silent.
The silent charge. Let's see how it goes. So CSA got a hair of a warning there, and they might be able to get that flag too. So 6 New York is looking to charge that out with some more CSA as well. 2nd U.S. Cav still alive over here somehow.
TG, we've lost the southeast. They're coming on the left.
TG, we're losing southeast. A&P is reinforcing them instead. TG, you need to fall back.
A lot of you.
On that line. TG, don't stand out in front of us.
It's always funny when you hear your opponents yapping. Like you could hear Killer talking there for a second, the TG. So A and V is now pushed up. 2nd U.S. Cav now slowly being windled out. I don't know how this flag isn't dead. The whole CSA team is trying to get it though. That's the funny part.
I'll hold them off, boys. You go. I'll hold them off.
Good luck, long neck.
Hey,
You guys aren't allowed to sprint. You guys are sprinting. That's not funny.
6 New York gets a couple, but the flag remains. There it is. They just gotta keep running. They're running it so far away.
Just keep
Hey, and I mean, essentially that Union flag's out of the combat. Sure, it's spawning guys in, but it's really out of the fight. And a lot of the Yellow Mississippi guys probably spawned that main thinking they weren't going to get it. And the thing is, too, is that if they don't get this flag out and 6 New York gets it down, then that means that Union's going to be down a flag for 5 minutes. We're going to hurt. Sprinting's now live.
Oh, is it not? I lied. Sorry.
We have to go to the right.
And 6 New York shows up with Sprinting alive. Now, flag's still alive. Got a team kill on the guy who was hitting the flag. There it goes. So that's 1 flag down for the Union. That's going to be down for, unless it's out of bounds for Union, which it could be. Union's going to be down that flag for 5 minutes. So unless Union runs up to get that flag and pick it back up, but I highly doubt they'll do that because that's so far away from the fighting.
Load in their face, boys. Load in their face.
Uh-oh.
Come on, hippie.
Just keep it. Big out, boys. Big out. How y'all been? You guys been good?
So Union hits engage. Bayonet's now live. A and V, 6 Alabama in particular, getting a flank and getting a wipe there.
Too late for a bayonet now, Yank.
And that's another wipe. Meanwhile, you got some more Union going over here. Again, this is just Union kind of acting on their own at this point.
Exactement. C'est sur notre choc, est-ce qu'on chauffer? On va après un peu là.
Arrête le feu, Boxer, on va les intercepter à gauche. Arrête le feu, arrête le feu, arrête le feu.
Les gars morts. Continuez le feu, messieurs, continuez le feu. Continuez le feu.
La barrière.
Alignez-vous sur la barrière, protégez-vous bien.
Mettez-vous bien sur la barrière.
Il y en a dans le champ si vous voulez les choper.
Ouais, mettez-vous bien dans la barrière. 2 personnes maximum par fence. On a beaucoup de morts.
So CSA still holding their ground. Union in engage. CSA shortly to follow. SP is moving to the point, and I mean you could tell because the loot timer went out. TG I think noticed and reacted accordingly. And SB gets wiped. What is SB doing though there? Seriously, what are they doing there? If you're running up and trying to get flanking shots, why are you doing it with 6 guys? Alright? Why are you going behind the enemy? It just seems like a bad idea. So, more charging happening. Union losing now another flag. On this side is HL and 6 Alabama wiped through. Looks like some more Union tried to reinforce. And LFL completely wiped them there with some 6 New York in hand.
I'm disappointed in you.
Union just picking them apart. 11 Mississippi is going for that flag. Holy. I guess they can do some flanking maneuvers behind the CSA now. A little surprising to see them do that though.
Southwest, west, A and B.
Here they come on the left. We're gonna get pinched too.
On the left as well.
Yeah, left side of the snake fence. Here they come. Yeah, go.
Pull back,
So Union now pushing through with a little more reinforcements from 2nd U.S. Cav. 20th Georgia pushes up and they're going to wipe the A and V guys that were there. Meanwhile, Union Bulge in the center's being a little hit here from JB and TG. Unions has numbers though. At least they should. I assume the Union on this side would collapse in, which they might get a CSA flag down there. Which they will.
TG, don't be. Fall back, get the flag. No, but not.
Kill that flag bearer. I want his soul. Yeah, get his friend.
I get it.
Out of ammo, so this is preferable, frankly.
CSA hit engage, trying to get the flag out. They move it a little closer, but nice shots there from 2nd U.S. Cap. Shots you should hit, but hit them nonetheless. CSA still have a strong presence on point, and CSA will pick that flag up pretty quickly. 2 core, nicely done on that part. CSA, there's no need for them to early cap. They're doing pretty good. I mean, they have a ticket lead. They still have a lot of time left, and they're continuing to be aggressive. Unions putting themselves in positions to be charged out.
Here they come. On the east.
kill me!
It's full by.
Combat their unit!
I feel like CSA is fucking ball, but I don't know. Anyways, looks like you had a Union group, a couple of guys going here for some reason, but 11 Mississippi is on the flank with their flag now popping shots that way.
Come on, pour it in, pour it in.
I know you're like Irish, and I know that you're trying to spread out the boat, but try to hit on right in front of
Need
you.
your shot. Shoot that flag down.
So, I mean, they're getting flanked. CSA realizing they're kind of pincered are starting to shift. CSA still on point. Looks like they're just running out of it, though. HL trying to do that. You know, LFL on this left side. Is that Union flag? It's still a Union flag here as 6 New York is pushed up, getting really close here with HD and TKO.
Shoot him dead. If only this was a stunning diversion for you to get attacked from your west, eh, gentlemen?
That was pulled off. That'd be crazy. Well, Mississippi is now going into the woods. Looks like they're trying to charge some people out. TG is running around here, and Little Mississippi is just slowly wiping them out. Get a shot from Flores there. So they get a CSA flag down. Union's still down a half morale stage, and they're still capping point. CSA should not be capping right now. It goes back down. You don't want to give Union half morale stage and tickets. That's for sure.
The peacekeepers have taken a flag, sir.
Kill that Reb. Kill that Reb. Good job.
We're peacekeepers.
Hiding in a bush like a
No
coward.
violence. No violence.
You are a coward, Johnny.
We are nearly knocking them out. They're merely unconscious. We're peacekeepers. We do not kill.
They're just sleeping. They're sleeping.
So, kind of a halt for some of the action here. Some Union trying to run through. 13th Georgia, they get the flag. I don't know if 6 New York sees them. They're getting a little more aggressive, though.
I enjoy shooting you. Yeah, Gary. Parker, do you have your revolver? Are you loaded? I need to know. Parker, no. Turn around, deal with them, boy.
I got...
Excuse me, sir. I need you to put the gun down. You're being very naughty. I need you to put the gun down, sir.
So, CSA looks like on the Union left are starting to push up a little more now. And V's hitting 20 Georgia. And 20 Georgia's got to get out of Dodge. And only a few will.
I'm going somewhere.
Hoop up.
Second onto the fence, defend yourself.
Second US Cav is going to try to move and help, but they have those shots. They are a little outnumbered nonetheless.
What did it?
Get them all, lads. Get them all. Brace, lads. Brace.
They've really got qualms against me, man. They got qualms.
There's Eddie.
They don't
There's
like
fucking Eddie. Oh, there he is.
Keep shooting. I'm not Eddie, and that's not very nice, sir. Keep shooting, lads. Keep stabbing. Officer coming left. Officer coming left.
And A and B is going to charge through now and clean that out. That's a downed Union flag. Although Mississippi's still alive on this side, they might have gotten a second CSA flag. Looks like they did. They're just hunting. Honestly, 11 Mississippi is really putting the work, and it's going to make it more difficult for CSA to at least, you know, hold ground over here. And even despite that, CSA is still doing pretty well. So, at least half the CSA team has to spawn at main at this point, and now they're chugging along over here. It looks like Mississippi has their next victim. LFL.
We're peacekeepers! We're peacekeepers! We're peacekeepers! We're peacekeepers! Keeping the
Peacekeepers! Peacekeepers! We're not violent! We're peacekeepers, guys! We're not violent! We are peacekeepers! Stop that! Quit running! We're peacekeepers!
So we're peacekeepers.
6 New York trying to assist. But 11 Mississippi still having 5 guys left, might be able to stay alive here. 6 New York outnumbers them for a moment.
I'll defend you, Paul.
No, они прям убивают.
And you need... Oh, how do you spawn someone in? Gent knows what to do here, going for that flag, and it gets down, not by Gent, by somebody else. But this should...
Peacekeeper, he's unconscious.
That was a team kill. He killed his own Peacekeeper. Wow.
Nice job, nice job, nice job.
So they get 11 Mississippi down, getting that flag down, and that means CSA is going to be recovered the other 2 flags. Union had taken losses. CSA over halfway through engaged, but what do you got? 20th Georgia's dive bombing it, I think, for the flag, but they might be completely shot up. There's a lot of CSA here. Not firing though. I mean, you do have Union also going around this far side trying to flank in. 2nd U.S. Cav moving that way right now. And it looks like the CSA group, 6 Alabama, just charged right in. That's the LFL also pushing up now, and that flag gets knocked down right away again. So Union just sit back shooting over there. Now 2nd U.S. Cav is rolled up, and they're heavily outnumbered.
Oh, I've been trapped again. There we are. Independent fire second, waste them all.
Independent fire.
Hi, Canada. Hello. Did you bring your men, or are they all damn...
They've all
fertilizer?
been brutally murdered. So.
So they're just popping some shots back and forth for now. Union at least moving up a little more, but I mean CSA's got, again, control of the field. 11 Mississippi is running around again, I think, trying to get their flag. I don't know if HL knows they're there or not.
Let's go.
And we'll hear by their reaction.
Get that officer, he's from the fence.
Well, Mississippi doesn't have their flag, so if a guy dies, he has to spawn main unless they're told not to.
Up and over, get these guys.
Because that's the thing, right? Is 11 Mississippi thinks they're going to get their flag, and their officer might say, you know, hey guys, I know you're dead, and you're trying to spawn back in and play the game, but maybe wait, because we're going to try to get our flag, which it's definitely within reach. Depending on if their team sees them or not. I mean, but what do you got? 20. Looks like they're just spawning right at main again. So they're gonna have to try to get that flag without an officer. No, they got one of the more of their officers over there.
Independent fire.
Keep firing, boys. Forward in, lads.
For my left. Keep sure to dress your loins. Everything is under control.
Oh god, I love bucking ball. I love bucking ball. Ow! Watch where you're stabbing.
So 6 New York goes in, gets a wipe. SB now with a few guys on the right taking shots. All of Mississippi is still circling around. I think some of the CSA fouled them. They're starting to head that general direction. TG is anyways. And they're going to try to follow, but they should be able to get that flag back. At least you would expect, unless TG cuts them off. More CSA now moving back. 6 Alabama and HL are heading that way. I think Gene notified them, like, hey, you know, they're alive and moving this way. Ain't heading this way. No one wants 11 Mississippi to get this flag. They have been causing a havoc. They've probably been one of the better Union units so far this round.
Charge.
At least in terms of their productivity.
Get it.
But CSA hits taking losses. 11 Mississippi is not going to survive this charge. And so CSA, nearly their whole team was sent back there. At least, like, I don't know, more than half anyways.
Throw them overboard.
Hold. Actually, go, pick your fence. Go to the fence.
Go to the fence.
so many of you guys over here? Why so many...
So I mean, seriously, like 11 Mississippi drew back a lot of the CSA team, and the rest of the Union side is, at least they have a window to push forward. Who is this? It's out. What? I thought they died. I guess they didn't.
I'm tired, boss.
Don't come straight to an enemy line.
And CSA wants them dead. Don't blame them there. Meanwhile, near the point, 6 New York guys being charged out by 20 Georgia, 2nd U.S. Cavs. Pushing them out. Union's down half morale stage. Once Union hits breaking, CSA can capture and win. They've got plenty of time for that.
Van Lace, on the fence, to the left, independent. On the left, independent. Line up, small. Like that shed, yeah, like the shed.
Independent.
They're behind the shed.
They're peeking, boys.
They're also on the white fence in the distance, gentlemen, in the distance.
I hear them in front of us.
Yep.
Hi, Georgia. Left face.
Around the tree.
So Union's starting to regain that initial defensive line. It looks like 11 Mississippi is trying to hold their own in a charge against TG and SR, and looks like they'll barely edge that out in the end.
Thanks. Thank you, gents. I got 2 bat kills. I'm amazing.
And so, I mean, you do have some CSA popping in close shots with the Union, but that Union initial line is basically intact at this point.
You're right at the top of the hill there. I see an officer.
And now you get HL over here. And some 2 core guys, JB as well.
Up and over, boys.
Okay, they're going to now try at it.
Oh, the flag is up. There they are.
Line here. Independent fire. Shoot at him.
Come on, you fuckers.
Top of the hill. Oh my god. They're everywhere.
Yes.
They're everywhere. Gotta get back.
Come here, you rebel bastard!
Oh yeah! I'm a peacekeeper. I'm actually
Flag.
Grab my friend. Get the fuck out of here.
Up and over,
So they're just popping shots. Some are charging in. Nothing much is going on the other side here. And the rest of them now charge in. But 11 Mississippi will get that flag out. Man, it's like watching a little side quest happen compared to the main fight. POV on the top right Union side should be, I assume, back up soon. The person crashed. It happens. It's happened to me before. So, Union's about to hit breaking at this point. CSA can really just go to the point and probably win the game. I don't see any reason why CSA won't win the game. Obviously, I mean, they're up by almost 2/3 of a morale stage. And I mean, they've got plenty of time on the clock. Union right side is starting to collapse in.
Come here, me and you.
Come here, boy. Yarr.
And so Union at least pushes through the initial CSA force there. The rest of the CSA team is starting to gather on this Union left side. Going to try to punch through again and then probably head towards the point. A&V leading this. TG joining alongside with SR.
Keep it quiet on approach.
CO's down.
And the beginning of the end is starting for Union unless something absurd happens.
Nah, you ain't shooting nothing, boy. You gonna die. You gonna be fertilized.
Oh, dude, I won.
Stay at the fence. Stay at the fence.
So Union hit breaking. They already have guys moving up center onto the cap point. A lot of Union just standing around on this right side. Why are they standing around still? They need to go in. Which it looks like I can kind of see in the distance they're starting to do that anyways. At least a couple guys are. So 79th going in right away. Like to see that from them. LFL in the distance. Also charging some Union, at least trying to delay that. JB gapping point. More Union. Is it enough, though, to at least force a dry? It teeters back. So Union's going to fight this a little longer here.
Start out the city, Sax.
88th get a clutch retake there for their team. At least allows them to hold it for a little longer, but CSA is one on this side, and now they're turning their sights to the point without fully wiping 11 Mississippi here. Point still going in Union favor. They have the numbers.
Everything is low, everything is two.
So CSA win the charge there on point. I mean, you have Union reforming here, but CSA will for sure get it back. I don't know why these guys are running a little end around here. I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter, but CSA is going to get a very strong 2-0 win today. I mean, this map I've seen go very well for CSA in the past, and even with a 3% buff in Union tickets, it looks like CSA continued that winning, and they won by a good amount as well. So, really well played on their part. Not really much more to say about this round. I mean, Union was really just... they were just kind of taking the hits the whole time. Like, they didn't try to do anything crazy. I mean, 11 Mississippi, they pulled off a lot of shenanigans, and they distracted a lot of the CSA, getting flags down, causing chaos, but it's not like the rest of their team knew that, and they could not capitalize on that situation. So with that all being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you streamed or recorded and then uploaded your perspective of this match, please feel free to send me a link either on Discord or put a video link in the comment section, and I'll put it in the pinned comment of this video. Besides that, again, thank you all for watching. If you want to support the channel more, go beneath the video, hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord and Clips channel in the description. I appreciate you guys. Could not do without you, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night.